Welcome back to Bayou Time. I'm Jacob DeGate, and we're sitting here with First Lieutenant Blake Tabor of the Terrebonne Parish Sheriff's Office. Lieutenant, we're talking, a little bit about the, activities of Sheriff's Office. I see another press release was released regarding an SVU arrest. Can you tell us a little bit about what occurred in that investigation?
Sure. So, this one, and we've talked about these cases a lot when we come on HTV, and they're always disturbing, and specifically around this time of year, it almost seems like it's even a little tougher to talk about. But this particular case sort of culminated on December 19th. Our patrol division was called to a local school where they quickly learned from a 10-year-old victim that she was reporting sexual abuse at the hands of a person that she knew. Again, these types of cases are never easy to talk about and never easy to deal with, but we have our special victims unit who are our resident experts in that particular area of investigation. And, again, we talk about them all the time, but they do an extremely phenomenal job with dealing with the harshness of these cases. So our patrol division quickly brought them in. They took over the case. We were able to provide the victim was able to provide some evidence and some confirmation to our SVU detectives, which really substantiated the fact that they believed that these allegations were true and correct. So ultimately, we completed a thorough investigation with the victim, and ultimately the suspect was identified as a Lawrence J. Wazan. You see him photographed here. He's a 53-year-old male from Houma. The victim specifically identified Mr. Wazan as being the person responsible for the sexual assault. That quickly led to Mr. Wazan being apprehended the very same day that this was reported to our office. So again, sometimes these cases culminate very quickly, and this one did. Ultimately, when an interview was conducted with Mr. Wazan, he had his own version of events. But I think what's important to point out about this particular case is he never denied that the allegations were false. So, that is a big proponent of what we deal with on a daily basis. Ultimately, at the end of that interview, he was arrested on 2 counts of first-degree rape. And at the time of the press release, he was currently incarcerated on a $250,000 bond, where he still remains jailed, as I understand it.
Well, it certainly is some disturbing allegations. And again, I'd like to commend, the SVU detectives, all the people, child advocacy workers, all the people that deal with this, who have to, that's their job to deal with these disturbing facts and confront them head on. And they have to live with that. They have to go home at the end of the day. And we certainly can't thank them enough. I know, burnout's an issue in that area because it just is, so tough to see that day in, day out over year after year, and especially during the holiday season. So again, I'd like to thank those people out there that, do that work that's necessary, unfortunately.
Absolutely. And look, and anytime I get a chance to commend them, I do, and I will scream it from the rooftops. I mean, they are angels on earth for what they do, and they understand that they serve a purpose, and they're very good at what they do. So again, they're not looking for sympathy. They understand the task at hand. But again, I think it's about having compassion for those juveniles, and I don't think we applaud the fact that they're a tremendous group of individuals. Certainly,
and unfortunately happens, all too often. This is the second case, I believe, in December as well. You had one earlier, another similar event. So it's
Absolutely.
Certainly tough to deal with. Okay, let's try to move on to something. I don't know. Some people might think it's not too pleasant as well, but
Sure.
Property taxes. It's something. Switch gears a little bit, but it is that time of year. Can you tell how people can go about paying with the sheriff's office their property taxes?
Sure. So again, I urge anyone that has any questions about how to pay their property taxes, all of that information can be found on our website at tpso.net. And, again, you can check our Facebook page. We release a multitude of information related to that, but our new tax office is located at 3441 West Park Avenue, which is the new complex in gray. The tax office was built on the side of that complex, and it is actually connected to the same building. If you're looking at the front doors of the sheriff's office, all you have to do is walk around to the left side of the building and you will see a bunch of signage there that will lead you in the right direction to the tax office. But the office is open today on Wednesday till 4 p.m. It'll be open on Thursday the 28th from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. and also on Friday. The important thing to remember is that you can mail those in. They also take other forms of payment as well. And again, I urge everyone to check our website and check our Facebook page for all of those details. But you can also mail that in. The important component of that is it has to be postmarked on a date before January 1st of 2024 for it to be viable. So keep that in mind. And again, at this time of year, we know how the Postal Service can be. They're extremely inundated with package deliveries and things like that. So I don't know that I would completely rely on that particular service, but there are some other options for you available.
Okay, and of course those rates are set by the assessor's office, and it's the sheriff's office's duty to collect those payments. And again, they're due before the 1st. That's right.
Absolutely. A lot of people think that the sheriff's office is the one that is responsible and we set the fees associated with this, and that is certainly not the case. And I think people that educate themselves even slightly can understand that. But yes, it is our job to make sure that we are the tax collector for this particular parish, and we certainly want to make it as easy for everyone as we can.
All right. Well, thank you, Lieutenant. We do need to take another quick break, but when we come back, we'll discuss some more holiday events around the area. Stay tuned right here on HTV.